One. Hello and welcome to the Major Trial Podcast. I'm your host Alex. I'm here with my co-host Trent and Kyle.
Yo,
how's it going, boys?
And welcome back to the 5th episode of the podcast. I'm sorry if we want to apologise for last week. Kind of a bit of Easter, kind of a bit of lackluster effort. To be honest, we weren't just really feeling it. Hey, we're just a bit off. We changed a few stuff behind the scenes.
what do you mean? I didn't want to do it because it was Easter.
Obviously, yeah, Easter.
Yeah, it was only because it was Easter.
Only because of Easter. But we're back. We're ready. We've got some new ideas. It's only the 5th episode and we're contemplating our ideas. That's good.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure it
but
out.
we're still figuring it. I mean, yeah, it's all good. Just before we get into the episode, if you guys didn't see the tweet that we posted, there's been an outcome for the delusion scenario that we talked about. If you don't know, pretty much, well, the what's the word? When the case is finalized. The
verdict.
The verdict has been released. So he was, according to Psionics, throwing the last match intentionally. If you want to read into it, there's Forbes made an article about it, which I found nuts. Like Forbes, they made an article about Australian Rocket League. Wrong kind of exposure, but
it's great exposure. Any exposure is good exposure.
So the quote from Rocket League is, "This is in direct." So what he did was in direct violation of the Rocket League Championship RLCS player code of conduct. These actions will result in a forfeiture of their prize money for that match and an immediate ban from all Psionic operated tournaments until 7th of April 2021, which was exactly a year from the ruling. So what do you guys think about that before we delve into sort of the podcast?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's... Look, I'm not really an expert on this whole Rocket League thing, so I can't say, that's just and fair, but look, he did something wrong. I don't know how it's usually punished there, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much you can say, really. It's like, he did the wrong thing, got punished. He's a good guy, don't get me wrong. I think we all...
I was sick on the podcast, hey?
But he just made a wrong decision and he's got punished for it. Anyway, let's get into the good stuff.
Yep, good stuff.
Uni. Let's talk about uni. What the podcast is about. Let's get into uni. So how have we been feeling with this whole remote studies stuff?
Absolutely no motivation to do any of it.
yeah, I'm the exact same.
Look, I was actually thinking about it the other day. I've been feeling the same. I've been like, oh yeah, this is crap. This is shocking, But I'm thinking about it now, and the amount of time I waste just traveling because of uni is ridiculous. It's ludicrous. I have so much free time now, and I can get assessments done.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I
kind of like, sorry.
Because I've got 5 subjects at the moment, and if I was traveling, I've been so bombarded with assessments and stuff at home, and if we were still going to uni, I would be stuffed. I wouldn't be able to finish it all. So I'm actually kind of not grateful, but it's, I don't know, it's cool because I got more time to do stuff.
Yeah. With that though, for me, what I've noticed is although the travel times are cut out at uni, what I'd usually do is I'd have Monday and Tuesday especially was my full days. So I'd be there from 10:30 to 6:30 whatever every day. And usually in between my classes, I'd go to the library and work on assignments. So I'd still be doing them at uni. But now because I'm at home, I get to I've got the attention span of a goldfish literally. I'll just be sitting on my computer. I'll be trying to just in a tutorial or something. I'm oh Twitter, I'd just be scrolling through Twitter the whole of the tutorial. This morning was terrible. So that's sort of the thing. I can't focus at home. I need to be at school or at uni doing it, not at home, because home's relaxing for me.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Hey,
and that crossover
life.
of work versus work. Life. Yeah,
yeah. I need to be in a very school environment, and the lectures are really bad because they're all online. I can't pay attention. I'm sorry, Ted. I love you, mate. I love you. But whenever I watch a lecture, and it's not your fault, it's me probably being undiagnosed with something. I can't pay attention at all. Everything just goes in one ear out the other, and it's really bad because I really like 112 as a subject. But
so do I. But I'm just I'm the same. I'm just struggling with consuming the content is probably the biggest thing for me. Is sitting down for that 2 hours and watching and taking notes. Like in person, I can do it because it's what I've been doing since I was in kindergarten.
And it's because you're like there as well.
Yeah, it's there. You take it in a bit more because you're physically there.
Yeah.
But
and there's no distractions.
There's I mean, there's your friends. Again, we have Twitter to distract us a lot of the time. But it's kind of a bit shitty. But other than that, how have we been doing in ISO?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, most of our time's been uni. For me, anyway, a lot of my time's been uni, like blogging and that kind of stuff. Because blogs I'm getting so behind on my blogs.
I haven't done my last two 1-1-10s, so like
I just have to do the 1-1-2 one this week, and I'm sweet.
I'm gonna do my 2-1. I'm gonna do week 4 and week 5 with 1-1-10, and then my 1-1-2.
Yeah, Alex, we're both in the same boat.
gang.
Behind gang.
Suck.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah, we do.
On the topic of blog post, do you want to give us a bit of a story of your Dean Scholar one and what happened with that?
This is a disaster, honestly. Okay, when I say I'm going right, this is the only time I have not been going right. I can't even remember. It was just that week. I just had so much stuff due because 5 subjects going great. And I was just bombarded with like assessments and like blogs and getting all this stuff done. And I knew I had a Dean Scholar blog that I had to have done on Friday. But when it's like you got an assessment due, it's 12 p.m. that night,
Yeah.
So I've gone, I'll just leave it. I only have to worry about it when it gets closer to that time because the blog doesn't take too long to write, I think it was 500 words that one was. But anyway, I just finished all my stuff. It was like 13 minutes past 4. And I go onto the Dean Scholar Moodle page and I'm like looking at it, find the assessment, due at 4 p.m. Crap. And I haven't started. So I had to rush out and like just finish it there and then. It took me like an hour or two, but so I handed in an assessment late. That was great fun.
Yeah, no, I kind of did the same thing, but I joined the class late, so I just joined BCM 115, Introduction to Screen Media.
Yeah.
And we had an assessment and like 2 days after I joined, and I was like, oh, well. So I handed it in yesterday, which is a bit... But that was actually kind of a fun assignment. We had to film like where we're from and like who we are. And it was kind
How
of
funny
stills.
is it that originally Trent was doing 115 and then he switched out. And now
we're both doing it.
And Alex has come in.
BCM 115 is such a good subject. I wish I could do it, but I've just got
it's pretty
too
good.
many
I
other
like
things,
it.
Yeah.
The content in it too I'm liking because it's sort of aiming to what I want to look at.
Because I'm doing 2 majors. I don't think I can do a minor, but if I could, I would definitely
That's why I dropped my second major, because I want to have the freedom of choosing whatever subject I want to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, because I'm doing digital and social media, which we're all doing. And I'm kind of just like, I'll just sort of see what subjects are on offer and go with that. Take it or leave it.
Well, I've got this one. This one, screen media is my major, so like I have no.
Yeah, so you got no leverage either.
No.
Solid. I'm the only one with leverage. Let's go, boys. Right. So, how have you been doing I'm gonna just go to fitness. So, have you been keeping fit, keeping active, doing stuff?
Woo.
Yeah, a bit. Just going for like a walk. Right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I've been doing bike rides. Bike rides are sick.
Yeah.
I'm
I have a fractured toe.
Next to an Easter egg right now, so I shouldn't be talking about fitness.
Because I can't run. Like I'm a runner. Like I love to run, but I have a fractured toe, and I have this moon boot on still. So I literally can't do much fitness. So a lot of it's been bike riding. I'm gonna start doing a bit more physio work to get the toe back to full fitness.
Well, I mean, my household's pretty sick because I think my family's pretty like active. So we've all started doing a gym class like every afternoon at 5. We all go out onto the back deck and Mum's made like a gym schedule and we just like go through that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we've been having good fun.
That's alright. Speaking of activeness, do you want to talk about the footy, Kyle? I've just got all the segues.
What a segue.
I'm nuts today.
Segue. So, if you've watched any of the podcasts, you know that my life has been an utter misery since the NRL has been shut down. Literally, I've been watching old clips of grand finals on Fox League for the past
I've been doing that with soccer too.
It's so good. So, they've announced the return. Like a week ago, they announced the return, a date that they want to return by the 28th. Last night, I'm not sure of a date, but sometime next month, players are going to resume full training.
That's all right.
So at their grounds, which is a good step towards at least getting the players to do something, so then they're not because I understand for like a lot of people, it's like a bit of an issue now because a lot of people take it as it's very irresponsible for the NRL to put like a sporting on
in this
in the
climate,
the climate. But I think just as like a fan, obviously, I want it back, which is a bit selfish.
I want it back so bad.
But I understand. But people don't understand how bad financially the NRL is in by their own decisions in the past. I put themselves in a bad financial spot, and a lot of the players are making massive sacrifices in their contract ways to keep the NRL going, and also to this whole situation. They're probably going to have to be isolated from their families for a long period of time, and they're ready to do that. So then they have a livelihood, so they can support their family's future on. Because just to me, it's a. I think it should go back because I think if you could do it in a way that's logistically and it's not going to make people get infected and stuff, then you can do it because it would provide more entertainment. Because I'm stuck at home not watching anything. Like it's the same as like when I see Waleed and that from the project go into office. That's sort of like what I'm thinking of it like. But obviously there's 4 people there and there's 500 active workers in the NRL predicted to come back. So.
Yeah, it's a bit of a...
That's a lot more people.
Tough.
Was that English, Alex? You're like,
I'm just contemplating it. It's a noise.
He's like trying to think. He's like, yes, 4 is big. 500 is bigger than 4.
What? Yes.
Someone has to like clip that and just.
Someone clip that. Just Alex's noises during the. I make so many stupid noises during it too. I had to cut out all
Someone
this kind of stuff.
Edit the when the maths like symbols go over someone's head when they're working something out.
Like you can do that with
my face when I'm doing math. It's like.
I'm just all the time sitting there just like with a blank face, just looking off into the distance.
Yeah, I'm stoked with the segues. We're on point with some of our segues, honestly. Trent's got some good ones. I've got some good ones. Kyle, I know Kyle's like saving.
He's holding out on us.
He's got him in a bank, like in the back of his head.
Yeah,
and he's
just waiting for when we don't jump in.
I'm waiting for like one time when it's like it just goes awkward silence. I'm like, I'm back, boys.
Boom, we're here. On the topic of competing. I'm smashing it. I'm going to plug myself a little bit. So, we all know the game Connect 4. We've all played it at least once before. But have you ever played it competitively?
Ooh, sounds like a blurb of a book.
It legit is. Have you ever? So, there's a charity tournament going on the weekend, run by some of the guys in the esports world. Shout out to Persin, I think is how you say his name. He's the one who organised the whole thing, so... shout out you. So what we're doing is a lot of the esports orgs, which I'm sort of in and around, are having a charity Connect 4 tournament this tomorrow. So we're raising money for, I know it's Oz Harvest. I think most of the money's going to Oz Harvest to help out with sort of giving food to people who sort of are struggling to get food on the table at the moment, which I know a lot of people are. Especially with the whole... I mean, we all know what's going on. We all know coronavirus. We all know what's going on. So we're having a charity Connect 4 tournament. So a lot of donations. We're looking for donations, revenue from the stream, that kind of stuff. Will all go into Oz Harvest. And so all the organisations are pretty much just playing Connect 4. And the winner... I mean, I don't think there's even prizes, but we're also just helping out and doing what we can. So if you're around tomorrow, I think it goes from 11:30 to 7 o'clock. Hop over. I'll obviously link it on our Twitter, my personal Twitter too. I'll be posting updates throughout the whole day. But come and support the boys. Team Skyfire for the win. That's who I'm competing for. That's my little plug. What do we think? I mean, I think it's a really good idea. Personally, to do something like that, we can sort of help out as much as possible. There's not much else to say on that one, really.
Well, yeah, no, I reckon Carl and I are both going to be there because, Connect 4, as if you're not going to be watching that. But
it's quite fun. It's quite competitive. I've been doing like practice games against other players.
I'm gonna get so hyped. Like there's just gonna be like these arguments breaking out. It's my turn. No, it's
the trash talk on the Discord server is nuts. I'll screenshot some of it. I'm getting into it too, calling people crap and bad at the game, that kind of stuff. It's great fun. But yeah, shout out to Perns and Connect 4, A and Z.
Gee.
For getting this tournament up. It's gonna be quite the day. Anything else going on like that you guys know of getting involved in or anything?
Is there anything going on like in the world at the moment?
Well, I know we can all talk about us getting haircuts because
segue.
Not a strong segue, but like I know that's something that's all happening. Like Alex, what were you thinking of doing with your hair?
There's two things. I'm gonna get a haircut soon, and I'm either gonna go full bald, full hair off, bald. Sorry, not bald, bald. And then after quarantine, if I don't cut all my hair off or if it doesn't grow back, I'm gonna go blonde. So I'm gonna do all this blonde, bleach it, dye like a nice blonde color, and have my hair blonde, which isn't gonna suit me at all, but we'll send it. What about you boys? I know Carl's got a little dirty thing coming soon.
Yeah, what's that, Carl? They call it a filthy mulls and filthy mullet. Yeah, I want to grow it because obviously it just make me more Australian and it'll make me better at football. So
two things you want to have.
Yeah, and I want to grow it. I'm thinking of growing a mullet and getting like, you know, the surfer boy split into. I'm like doing the emotion with my hands right now, but like the split into like right down the middle, and then have a mullet, so I can have like a Wollongong mullet. Because
just it's only like applies to Wollongong area. If you're not in Wollongong,
yeah, because a Western Sydney mullet is different. It's full shaved head and just the mullet at the back.
Yeah, that's just the back, just curling, but this one's got a part of hair. Yeah.
Well, talking of a full shaved head. Yeah, it was great. For some reason, I think I'm going insane, but I thought, you know what, why not? It's a good idea. I'm going to let my brother cut my hair. And I don't know why, but I said, look, you decide what haircut you're going to give me. And I'm pretty sure he was trying to give me like, you know, like the mohawk kind of mullet where it's like long on top and then it goes down into the mullet at the back.
Yeah.
He was trying to give me that with like a cut in like a... you know how you can like shave patterns into your head?
Yeah.
He was trying to do like a lightning bolt shaved into my head. But he stuffed it up and he went, oh, well, I'll just cut all the hair down to that length. So he's given me a skin fade up my head. So like the back of my head, I'm going to show it to my camera, but the back of my head is like essentially bald. I don't have any hair there anymore.
It's pretty good though. Like when you showed it.
It's not a bad cut.
Like it's really for a brother. It's decent, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, gee, it's not a bad haircut, but it's just not one that I like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one that suits Trent.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Jess was just roasting me about it. She was like, "Oh, yuck! As if you did that. You had a good haircut before, and now look at it.
You were good before." To finish off this section, I'm just gonna go straight into it. We talked about it before, 112. So the lecture's a bit sort of hard to understand, but that tutorial, I gotta say. There's been a bit of beef on Twitter with it too. People are trying to say that their group is the best tutorial group.
Oh yeah, far out.
Honestly,
Where did we start?
We have the best tutorial group known to man.
I love Teddy's trying to be the mediator. He's like, oh yes.
Yeah, like, but what about this group? And we're like, no, no. But so what happened? We had a tutorial, and we were talking about collective intelligence and that kind of stuff. Which you can check out our blog posts. Just plug everything. Check out blog posts about collective intelligence. I know I'm writing mine up today. And so what we thought we'd do is we'd go under Wikipedia and change a page. And as soon as I heard change a page, I don't know where it came from, but I just had this idea. You heard me, Trent. I was like, I had the idea as soon as we got in there, and I was like,
yeah, we all just jumped in our group chat, and he was just like, "This is what we're doing, guys. I've already got it sorted."
So
we all know Daryl Braithwaite, right? Carl, we know Daryl Braithwaite. The guy.
What song does he sing, Carl? Give us an example.
Yeah. That's right.
So on that, so take horses. And so what we did is we changed his page. Let me get the screenshots up so I can read to you exactly what I changed.
On Wikipedia.
This is still up to date. You can go check it out when the podcast comes out.
I've literally opened it up right now. Today it's Friday. What's Friday the 17th? We did this, on the Tuesday, which is how many days ago?
Literally 4 days ago. It's still there. How it goes is the start of it. If I can open it, Daryl Braithwaite is an Australian singer and professional horse rider, and then a bit further down. To add to this, Braithwaite has also won gold in the Commonwealth Games for equestrian in the 2017 edition of the competition. As far as I know, the Commonwealth Games isn't on an odd year. I don't think. I think it's on a. Yeah, it is 2018 Commonwealth Games. So it's already wrong because it's on an odd year. And then we go even further. We go into
even further.
This is the most outlandish one. 1998 was probably the best year for Daryl, as he decided to finally follow his passion of becoming a professional horse rider. Daryl had fantasized about this since he was a young lad, and finally got the chance at the national meeting for horse riders, which is completely fake, in Dubbo of all places. Although he struggled, he had finally realised what he was brought on this earth to do, and decided to dedicate his life to horse riding. And then after that, it talks about his number one hit, the horses. And then, in recent thing, it goes, in 2017, Daryl got a wildcard entry into the Commonwealth Games in 2017. So the Commonwealth Games, if you don't know, is all the nations that England sort of still are in, so that are part of the Commonwealth.
The nations England just kept.
They conquered and then they kept it, yeah. So we said in Santiago, Chile, which has no relation at all to the Commonwealth. And then I said he won gold there after taking the competition by storm and smashing all of his opponents with his amazing voice and talent.
Yeah.
And that is still on the page.
Still on the page.
That is still on the page right now. It's on. I tweeted it out too if you want to check it out. But it's pretty funny. So that was our uni. That was a uni tutorial as well. We sung horses at the end too.
Oh yeah, we jumped into because we were finishing as the next tutorial was starting, and we were all like, "That's it, guys. This is what we're doing." And we got horses playing on the bot, and then we chucked that bot in their channel, and then we all jumped into their channel and started singing the chorus.
You see the amount of people that tweeted about it too. There was people to the people who sung horses. Can you do this next week? They gave us a request for next week. So
hell yeah! But we're on Mondays and they're on Tuesdays. We only moved to Monday because of Easter Monday.
Yeah, there's groups after us, I think. Anyway.
That's right. We'll just have to hop on.
That was the reason I couldn't be there for this great horses moment, was because I had a tutorial on at the same time.
Hey.
That's alright. You can get caught up on it next week.
Breaks down.
So we're gonna move into it. It's alright, Carl. There. So we're gonna move on to our next section. So Trent, you want to give us a rundown of Twitter interrogation?
All right, I'm very excited for this. So obviously we're going to try to do this when we have guests on the show, because pretty much the idea of the I don't know what to call it, the segment, I don't know. The idea of this game is that you open up someone's Twitter. We'll probably do this before we start recording, but we go through their Twitter and we find some really good tweets that they've posted, and we just cut out bits of it, like a sentence or maybe a word, and they have to figure out what that word is from their memory. They're not allowed to look. So because Alex is the only one out of us who has actually had Twitter before they started uni, he's got some history, like some previous posts, although I'm pretty sure he deleted some of them, didn't you?
I deleted all of them before the end of last year, because they're all really bad.
They're all bad.
They were.
So yeah, I've got some up. I've only managed to get 4, I think. But
that's all right.
When we get a guest, we'll try this out, and they'll probably have a bit more of experience. All right, so this one's got 2 blanks. You ready for this?
A bit more experience.
What an experience talking about blank with a paramedic in blank.
One of the first ones are esports.
Yeah. What an experience talking about esports.
I had an allergy. This is after I had an allergy on Valentine's Day with my girlfriend. Say it again for me. So
we've got the esports, so I'll leave that in.
Esports is done.
What an experience talking about esports with a paramedic in the back blank.
Of an ambulance.
Yeah, on an ambo. So yeah, pretty much.
Oh, ambo. Yeah. I was just
on an ambo.
On an ambo, bro. Yeah, that was funny. We were having Valentine's dinner at her house, and then we bought fish, and I thought I had it before, but I hadn't read it.
No, I know.
And it had milk solids in it, and then I had an allergy and got sent to hospital. And then the next day I went to Sydney stupidly to go watch a FIFA tournament.
Worth it. All right, this one you've done a list here, so I'll leave out there's only two things on the list.
I know the tweet already.
Oh, geez, do you?
Yeah, read it anyway. I know what the list is.
All right, HSC results come out today. So what do I do? And then you got two options. What are those two options?
One of them's get drunk or something.
Yep.
Dye my hair blonde.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Am I not throwing you off with this, like...
No.
For... No. Whoa, I can't even think of the word now. Foreboding? Sense of incorrectness? Well, that was just everything.
Foreshadowing.
Foreboding is a sense of incorrectness. New definition.
Alright.
No, it's dye my hair blonde and getting drunk.
Alright, it was get sleep. So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And get drunk.
Sleep. Yeah. It's get sleep or get drunk. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
Alright, this next one you retweeted, so it's not actually your tweet, but I just thought this was a sick tweet. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty sick. So it goes, stuff Netflix and chill. I want a Mario Kart and blank. What is it?
Oh.
No.
I'm gonna have to bleep that, bro. What the fuck? Mario Kart. Is it rhyme? No.
Yeah, it rhymes. It rhymes.
Mario.
What
Kart.
the hell, car?
I'm trying to move past it. Oh my god.
Didn't happen.
Just bleep the thing. Just bleep it.
This is brought to my eye. Alright, so it's stuff Netflix and chill. I want a blank.
Mario Kart and...
I want Mario Kart and blank. 3 words.
Steal your heart or something?
You've got that spot on. Like, that is
really?
Word for word. That is what it is. Stuff Netflix and chill. I want a Mario Kart and steal your heart. Does that not... Like, that's a sick tweet. So, the next tweet we have is... Big thanks to the main man at Scuba Steve 835 for running a mad tourney. And thanks to at Nightingale 1 for the fat, spelled P-H-A-T, the fat carry. Easy blank. What did you get in easy?
$20.
Oh, he's all over it. You know what? I also just want to point out, you did the $sign and then 20, right? So that's $20, right? But then you chucked the bucks onto the end of that. So you're like, $20 bucks. Solid.
Grammatically correcting him, okay?
Just Alex Tings.
This podcast.
It's just Alex Tings.
Alex Tings.
We're not here to learn English, mate. We're here to learn about...
Yeah, I struggle to learn English.
We're here to learn about comedy. And
about comedy.
And
yeah, and what Carl said at the end of that tweet that I said earlier. Remember, comment down below what you think he said.
Comment down what you below. It has something to do with love.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on.
So let's go to our coronavirus corner.
The coronavirus corner. It's just
several countries have extended their lockdown into May, which I mean I don't know why it's not in May already, but whatever. The total number of global cases has surpassed 2 million, including more than 140,000 fatalities, but more than 540,000 patients have reported to have recovered, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's a 1 in 4 chance of recovering, and there's a 1.4 out of 7 out of how good's maths? 0.7 out of 10, I think, or 0.07 to 1. I think I don't know. My maths is off. Anyway, it's a pretty good... I mean, it's not amazing chances. It could be a lot better, but it's pretty good compared to a lot of other diseases out there. The US death toll has exceeded 30,000, which should never have happened. The US's way of doing it is terrible, hey?
Yeah, but, you know, it's population control. At least we're getting rid of the Americans.
My God, Kyle.
Kyle, please.
Kyle, please. The way you said that, Alex.
It's like, dude, the comments.
We're just gonna have to put like a permanent bleep on Kyle.
But I mean, have you seen some of the stuff going on in America too? Like they're having rallies against lockdown.
I know, that's
of course
so
they
stupid.
are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't you expect that from Americans?
To be fair though, I think there's like a lot happening. A lot of this is caused by Trump. In fact, on Twitter,
100%.
Mad segue here. On Twitter, there is also another trending now tweet called #TrumpVirus or #Trumpademic. And yeah, people are just blaming him for the spread of COVID-19 in America due to his inability to like adapt to the pandemic. Like he just was so rigid in his ways.
It's kind of he's so against it. It's not a thing. It doesn't matter.
And have you heard as well? He's he's completely stopped funding the World Health Organization.
Yeah, he took it out because they were involved with China or something.
Yeah, no, but he said as well it was like they were incompetent in handling with the coronavirus, and so it's their fault. It's like he's completely thrown the blame on them. Like, going, I was trying my best, but you guys, you stuffed it up. No more funding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
To add to this, America has 30% of all coronavirus cases.
Yeah, it's
and
massive.
That was as of last week. So it's probably even gone up now. But one of my favourite quotes from Trump is that he claims that the COVID-19 is too brilliant for antibiotics to work against the virus.
It's like when someone doesn't know how, like what they're talking about, they're just he's like trying to explain how it's
too brilliant. It can't be taught.
He's like, you guys wouldn't be able to understand it. Even if I explained it to you, you wouldn't understand it. I certainly don't understand it, but like it's too brilliant.
It's like a guy who tries to be smart, tries to sound smart, and someone calls him up on it. And he's like, "Oh, what? I didn't say that." It's like, oh, please.
It's like he's not entirely wrong, but he just said it like a dickhead. Like he managed to make.
Well, yeah, he's not wrong because the actual quote was the Germans got so brilliant that the antibiotic can't keep up, which is true.
But why would you say brilliant?
Yeah, but
he kept emphasizing that as well.
It's brilliant. Yeah, he emphasized that brilliant. Because what the World Health Organization says is that antibiotics ain't effective against viruses, which is not a new fact.
Yeah.
Antibiotics don't work. They work against. They don't work. They're not meant for viruses.
Yeah, they're good for dealing with the later stages of coronavirus when you get the chest infection. I think you can take.
Yeah, they're for infections. They're to fight against something, but you can't. The virus, you can't. You just gotta let it sit. The viruses come and go.
No. Now I've had a voice break this episode. Alex has had a voice break.
Voice break compilation up the boys.
Let's go.
So to continue on, the EU I should discuss targets of a recovery fund. So I think that's down the track to help countries get back on their feet. Markets are waiting for China to release its Q1 GDP data on Friday. Which is sort of more marketing, finance stuff. And Australia are to keep lockdowns in place for at least 4 more weeks. Which I get it, but I don't like it because I really want to see my girlfriend. I can't. It's annoying. But what I saw, right, I was scrolling through, I might have been Twitter or Reddit this morning, and people from Harvard researchers and scientists from Harvard are saying that we're gonna have to keep social distancing for the next 2 years.
Far out. Yeah.
Until which is, I mean, I get it. It's kind of true. Because it's not going to go away unless we social distance for a while.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it as well. Like, even if we get the curve flattened, like there's 0 people infected with coronavirus in Australia, everything that's been touched or infected with it is still going to be infected with it. We'd have to like sanitize everything.
Because it takes a while. It takes like a few days for it to leave the surface.
Yeah,
but even still, it's still there.
It's those sort of predictions are based upon like we're not going to have the what do you call it? The vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
For a while because, and the idea of it is that we can't let people go into big crowds and stuff like that. Even if
that's the biggest thing is a cancellation of the mass gathering, which I think is fair. I think mass gathering shouldn't happen for a long time
until the vaccine gets out, and it's more like a few months after the vaccine's out, and then the people have taken it, and we should be good then. But then, like, obviously, we don't know how long. We've got 12 to 18 months on the vaccine.
until it gets mass produced. It's probably it's going to come up in the next few. I reckon in a month or so, we'll have a proper working vaccine. But it's got to be. Remember, that's got to be formulated again. They've got to get all the stuff in it, and they've got to mass produce it. Like you've never seen mass production on a scale like this ever before. Like every person in the world will need to be given this thing. There needs to be at least 7 billion of these things.
I'm sorry, boys. I just have to cut in here. I've seen like the fattest man run past my window in nothing but Speedos. I am so confused. I'm sorry, that was completely off topic.
Guys, there's a fat man in Speedos outside my house.
Oh, that was dare you fat shame someone like that?
I'm sorry.
Me as an overweight man with them titties built from God. How dare you?
I didn't mean that to be like a fat shaming thing, but it was just like I was just shook because like he's not from our neighborhood. I have no idea who he is or why he's running and why he's in a Speedos.
He's not from Kiama. Why is he in Kiama? He should not be in Kiama.
I'm so confused. Anyway, sorry. Let's just keep going.
Back to coronavirus.
No, actually, I was going to say as well, I saw another trending tweet, hashtag Scotty from marketing, and I was really confused by this, so I went on to Twitter, started looking through it. It's an actual, like, account. Like, someone's made a parody of...
It's not verified, is it?
I don't think... No, it's not. It's not verified. But it's a parody account of Scott Morrison, and it's hilarious. Like, he retweets things that other people have said, and, like, in regards to, like, the... pandemic or anything like that, and just like talks mad smack, like he says stuff that's like completely false. Like I guess it's false news, but like fake news, but it's pretty funny. He's just like a meme.
What if it is Scott Morrison and these are his
He's made a parody account of himself.
I'm rating them now. Is anyone else having issues with their NBN? Doing my head in. That's a banger. That's so good. There's been so many inquiries into NBN too on that.
Yeah.
Telstra and all that kind of stuff are asking for like, because it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like we all know. We all know the reason why it's terrible now is because we
Yeah, they didn't do it right.
Yeah, they brought the bad wires.
Yeah, so what? Because I've been looking. My dad works for TPG, so he knows all about this kind of stuff. He's been telling me. So what Labor? Well, originally when the NBN came out, it was a Labor initiative.
Yeah. And they wanted the good ones like.
And they wanted to have it's carbon. Carbon? Yeah, it's carbon. No, fiber, not carbon. It's fiber. So I don't know why I said carbon. It's fiber. So what they have, his original plan was to have fiber in the streets and then fiber to the house. Which is like, you can get insane speeds from that. That's like what most countries have nowadays.
Right. Like we would have had the same internet as like someone like a South Korea or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So that's 2 gigabytes a second, which is nuts. But then Labor lost the election. Or Labor lost their prime minister, like their whatever seat.
Yeah.
And then the Liberals came in. Change. I'm going political. The Boomers changed it, honestly.
Malcolm.
It annoys me. It wasn't Malcolm Turnbull, was it?
Yeah, I think he was the one before Scott Morrison, right?
It was Tony Abbott.
Was it Tony Abbott?
This was ages ago. It's like before the last election.
Damn, that's old days.
And so they changed it. So they still have fibre in the streets. So it's still fast in the streets. But if you got it installed after the election, there was a node in the street where all the fibre goes to. And then it's copper from the node to your house. And depending on where the node is depending on your speeds. If the node's outside your house, it'll be, alright. But if the node's halfway down your street and you're pretty far away from it, you're going to get pretty bad speeds. Because the copper lines are just terrible. That's what ADSL used to run on, which we had 10 megabyte upload?
Yeah,
not even that.
It was not good.
Like in kilobytes. Like it's not good at all. And so now we have this whole thing where we're all at home. If we did it right, we'd be fine. We wouldn't be struggling. But now because we have the fiber to the node, it's like because I have it at my dad's house. It's fiber to the premises. We had it prior to it, so my dad's internet's like 100 meg, like nuts, speedy as whatever. But I'm at mum's down. The node's halfway up the street, and you guys have seen it. I've been dropping in and out like the whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
It's pretty shocking. So
and it's funny because I remember watching when they did it, and I think it was when they said it was going to be cheaper to do the COP or whatever, and then it turned out to be more expensive.
It's like it shouldn't matter if it's cheaper. It should matter on the the speed. But it shouldn't matter about the cost.
We're talking about Labour. They don't even. They want to get. Labour historically have wanted to do things at a very cheap cost. Like historically, they didn't want.
You mean Liberal or Labour? You mean Liberal?
No, Liberal. Fuck, I'm very confused right now.
Because Labour the ones who
Labour are really for workers and stuff, and that's why Liberals have been against unions because it costs money from the government, not unions per se, but like Medicare and stuff. They want to get rid of that and like Centrelink and government assistance because they're like, we need to have that debt at zero right now. And now we're slowly heading towards a recession. It's so fun being Australian.
I love being Australian. I mean, we've got a pretty good compared to a lot of other countries, but still.
Yeah.
First world problems, hey? Yeah. I think we could wrap it up there.
Yeah, but before we wrap it up, I don't want to end on a political note, so I've got a confession for you guys. All right?
Yep.
I've been building up something over the past week, and I just like to say I'm not actually Muslim.
Are you serious?
Yep. Pranked.
You're a cunt.
Yep,
You're
pranked.
A actual cunt. I hate you.
Alright, wait, just for backstory for everyone else. So these guys, I don't drink, right? And these absolute meanies, big mean guys, they couldn't understand why. They were like, oh, there must be some reason behind it. Why would you drink? Not like, drink? There has to be like
you're 18. There has to be some kind of like thing behind it, otherwise you'll win.
So they were like, oh yeah, do you have a disability or is it against your religion?
We never said disability. Don't throw us under the bus like that.
No, they just said like, oh, you must, what, are you like Muslim or something? And I was like, yeah.
No, we said is it religious because it's like religious, like a lot of it's religious based.
Yeah, and so I just jumped in. I was like, yeah. I follow
Islam. He was so adamant on it too. He was so adamant.
You should have been a fucking actor. Look at you. He went in there and he made me feel bad. He made me feel bad for him. I felt bad.
Yeah, like he literally, the guilt that me and Kyle felt after that conversation. Like it's kind of my reasoning for not doing the podcast last week.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable talking right now.
I ruined last week's podcast.
The podcast afterwards, I felt so awkward. I felt like I couldn't joke. Like I wasn't. I didn't
feel free. I was like, Okay, right. So
I hate you so much.
Okay, we're calling it there. Right. Remember to like and subscribe. Tweet it out.
Nerdy gang, boys. Nerdy gang.
And we'll see you all next week. Catch us later.
See you guys.
I actually hate you so much.
I actually really do. Honestly.